Greetings and welcome. We are Breaking Books, and we are asking for $100,000 for a 15% stake in our company. Our company takes older edition textbooks and sells them to students with a guide on what they're missing and what's added versus the older edition and the newer edition.
So it sounds like there's going to be a lot of textbooks involved. Where are you guys going to get these?
So we will have three sources for our distributors. Our first one will be from the school textbook store itself. Whatever textbook they don't sell at the end of the school year, obviously their face value won't be as much. So we will buy those copies and we'll sell out of the profit. The second one would be from remainder distributors, and pretty much what they do is they buy even older textbooks from publishers that no longer can sell books. Once again, we buy and we sell for profit. And our third one will be from the students itself. Students that return their textbook, they can give it to us, we'll give them some money back, and once again, we'll sell them to other students for some profit.
Okay, so how does this textbook pricing work?
So for pricing, basically the way we're going to do it is originally the book will be worth 50% of the retail value. There'll be two extra factors that will be decreased. So the first one will be the edition. If it's one older edition, it'll be a 10% additional decrease. Two older editions, as long as they're relevant, it'll be a 20% decrease, and so on. The next would be condition. There's going to be a new condition, good condition, fair condition, and poor, with 0% decrease for the new, then a 15%, 20%, and 25% respectively. For example, an 8th out of 9th edition textbook in good condition would be sold for 50% minus 10% minus 15%, so a 25% value of the retail price. It'll be then sold at a markup of 40%, so it'll be sold for 65% of the retail price.
So, what are you guys going to spend the money on?
So I'm going to be talking about the action plan. The first steps would be like to find a place in my campus to start the business, so we can open the business as soon as the exam finish. That's the way we can collect the books from the students that they no longer need it. And the second step would be finding a place to store the books, like inventory. As soon as the sales increases, we can find a warehouse. Maybe we can do that next year. And the third one will be finding a software, like creating software to check the editions and the description of the book. And the fourth step would be creating your own website for the business. So that's the way the students or customers can check the description of the books before. They don't need to really visit the store every single time when they need a book. And the last step would be trying to increase more major players, which is like clients. So instead of just focusing on just UOIT and DC, we can just try from other university and other from others.
Okay, so you guys aren't the only people that have been doing this on campuses. What separates you guys in terms of online or in-store location?
The textbook industry really hasn't changed in the last decade. Most textbooks are either sold to the internet or at the local bookstore. Once this industry needs to evolve to become more friendly to students to be able to buy used textbooks now that there's so many different textbooks out there.
So you guys said something about using the textbook edition as part of your pricing. How do you guys plan on making that work?
For comparing editions, we will use a software, or basically develop a software similar to something like Turnitin, which will basically compare which parts of the book are the exact same and where in the book they are. They will also determine the relative chapters as well as which parts are different, so that students can have a full overview of the book before they buy it. And they can also use this while using the book if their class is using a different edition.
Okay, so you guys aren't the only people that have been doing this on campuses. What separates you guys in terms of online or in-store location?
So our first main advantage that we have over the school bookstore is obviously our lower prices. The bookstore has some very high prices for every textbook, which could be very hard on students, obviously throughout the school year. Our second advantage would be that when students do return their books and they no longer need it, we will be buying them off of them at a higher rate compared to the bookstore. And finally, the Facebook page that is for UOIT, it's not very organized, a lot of cluster in it. So for us, it would be much simpler and much more organized for students to find books that they need. And lastly, we do have the program that we use that compare textbooks edition.
So, give me some numbers.
So for our projected sales, we have basically 10,000 students at UOIT. We can analyze it over 2 semesters. Assuming a textbook average worth is about $100, we can say that only 20% of these students will buy, even if they only buy 1 textbook per semester, that's a $400,000 rate for their first year for our revenue.
Your revenue seems a little low for your asking price. At 15% of $100,000, that's $666,000.
So first of all, that's just at UOIT. That's not incorporating the Durham College students, as well as it's a fairly new school. The numbers are going up right now. So in the next 3 years, we assume a $100,000 increase per year, meaning $400,000 the first year, $500,000, and $600,000.
All right, so you guys want to make your decisions?
I'm gonna have to say no. It seems like a great idea, but I don't see myself being a part of it.
I'm in, if you guys wanna split it 3 ways for that.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
I'd be down, but 15% seems pretty low for their evaluation.
Yeah, it's true. What do you think, 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going, we'll give you 100,000, but 50 instead, 50%.
That's a bit steep. I think we could do $100,000 for 25% of the business.
Sounds good.